Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to the LNS Customs 200, 134 laps here around the beautiful virtual Homestead-Miami Speedway. We've got the Cup cars out there. We got the boys getting ready to get it done as we go on board here now with your first qualifier. Not first qualifier of the night, but the first qualifier you're going to see of the night. Doug Newbigging. He's already set his laps. Actually, currently sitting in that third spot. Got a very heavy field out here tonight. 30-plus cars, so it's bound to be a good race. Anybody is going to be out there, be able to get out there and win this race, I feel like, tonight. Jaden Katashi currently sitting on the pole. Matthew Baker, Doug Newbigging, and Alex Huffman in fourth. Brandon Zimmerman rounding out your top five currently. We're right on board with Kinder here on his second lap. That Rins 1 performance of a John Kinder. Gonna roll it down the back straight away and into turn number 3. Get into this low lane. You hear the lift. They get back on the throttle. Really let that race car settle. And hear a little bit of a wobble there coming out of 4, but he's going to gather back up. John Kinder going to try to set a better lap than that 32.9. He is 32.8. That's going to bump Kinder up a couple spots. Currently sits him in 7th. Out of the 11th cars that have qualified, we got a bunch of boys out. Justin Winters, David Sheet, Scott Fritz, Adam Lancaster, Edward Shearer. Just a couple of those drivers that are out as you ride on board with that number 9 machine. That Allen's Body Shop old school diecast number 9 of Justin Winters as he gets it wound up into turns number 3 and 4, and he's going to go to set his first qualifying lap of the night. Well, man, we've seen caution free here in the Truck Series, in the Xfinity Series, Tuesday and Wednesday night, or excuse me, Monday and Tuesday night. Chris coming into this race tonight, Wednesday. The Cup cars, a lot of downforce on these race cars. We're going to see these boys getting their 2 wide, 3 wide here on the restart. We got a lot of cars out in the field, too. What are you expecting coming to the green here? And you think we're going another caution-free race?
I mean, you know, it's one of those things, the Bluegrass boys, they always seem to put down the really good lines. You know, they seem to run it pretty clean. So, yeah, I'm looking for a mostly green flag stint. You know, a lot of the past races has shown, you know, hey, these boys can get down and drive really clean. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a really good race. Looking to see what lines everybody decides to take here tonight. We did hear last night that a couple of drivers said the inside lane was where it was at, but other drivers saying the outside lane, you know, what was their choice. So just gonna really come down to see who decides to take what line and when they decide to do it.
As we're going to ride on board with that 84, that track racer of David Farmer. Very slick-looking Toyota Camry. That is a very, very nice-looking livery, I got to say, on that 84 machinist. He's going to get her wound up, and he is going to set himself up at 6. David Farmer in a 32.7 on as we ride on board with that 3 of Mo Abbott. That good wrench number 3 as he's going to get her into turn number 3 here tonight. We'll see what Mo Abbott's got for us, as it's still weird, Chris, seeing Mo Abbott in something that's not the 48.
Yeah, we'll say though, you know, the other league that we call there's somebody in that league that has this same skin, but they run it on a Ford Mustang, weirdly enough. So it's kind of crazy seeing that on a Chevy there, you know, the way it's supposed to be. So looking really good there. As I just see Mikey Neal Jr. just set the 5th fastest time in the session. So he's going to move himself up to 5th. This should be his second time around. So we'll see if he gets anything set. But last season's top 4 contender Jonathan Schwartz doing a really good job moving his way up through through all of this adversity and stuff early on in the season. See if he sets himself a good time here, as it looks like Mikey Neal Jr.
fastest.
Yeah, just set the fastest time of the session. So Mikey Neal Jr. moving his way up to that pole with a 32.58. So good lap on that number 25. As it looks like Schwartz hasn't set a lap just yet. Should be coming around. As we say that, Matt Kemp and the 54 are going to set the fastest lap of the session. Actually tied it with Mikey Neal Jr. with a 32.58.
1/100th of a second faster, Chris. It was a 32.584 for Mikey Neal, 32.583 for Matt Kemp.
Oh, I do see that.
So literally by a hair, as that 54 is going to get out of turn number 3. Last week's race winner, Matt Kemp, man. Photo finish for that 54, as that Mountain Dew machine going to get wound up now, as he is going to set even a faster lap, 32.557. Matt Kemp Got the car on rails here early, as we've got about 2 minutes left in qualifying. We should see the rest of the boys that get going here. First, I want to point out Zach Nichols, that driver, that number 44 machine. He's currently out, was the fastest in practice, as we'll see what he's got for the boys out here tonight. As you see that Mountain Dew machine also woeing it through turn 4, as he's going to set his first lap of the evening. A lap time for him, so maybe qualifying scrutiny. We'll see if something did happen, maybe a little bit of a walk. Yes, we know the qualifying scrutiny is on strict, so if you get just a little bit out of sorts and maybe contact the wall or something, it will kill that first lap. Not sure why. We saw that same thing with Jonathan Schwartz as well. As we'll see if Nichols here going to set a second lap.
A little bit of a wiggle there from that 44 machine.
Yeah, you saw him correcting it, the hands on top of the wheel. 32.487, yeah. Blazing lap from that 44 machine.
Yeah, Matthew Lee just moved his way up into that third position in that 04 machine. Dylan Butler setting himself up in that 9th spot. Frankie Bararso moving his way up in the 13th spot. It's like Brandon Holder moved his way up into 14th. So right now it looks like qualifying is going to be coming to an end in about 20 seconds. We got CJ Mason looking like might not have had a time set. Might not have enough time to set a time, excuse me. So just deciding he's going to get it woed down and probably got a little loose coming out of turn 4 there. Just decided to go ahead and lock it down, which that paint scheme looks really cool.
Yeah, very nice looking paint scheme on a lot of the cars here tonight. CJ Mason, no victim to that. He looks really good out here tonight. We'll see how the field gets lined up here and how they're going to go. 134 laps of Homestead-Miami Speedway coming your way in just a moment. As the field going to get gridded up here, and we're going to get our field ready to go. Those engines fired. Drivers, get in your seats. Get up on that wheel one more time. And man, if you want to get a soda, get anything before you get sat down and get ready to go. This is your opportunity. 134 laps of Homestead about to be coming your way, and it's going to be intense. It's going to be exhausting. A lot of drivers going to be putting it out on the line here tonight. Well, while we've got our cars go ahead and getting spawned up, gridded up, whatever you want to call it, we'll go ahead and hop on board with your qualifying grid here tonight. Looks like our first 4 cars besides our leader is spawned in, but we'll go ahead and start getting it going as that number 44, Zach Nichols, going to be setting on the pole with about a 10th faster lap than the rest of the field. Good job from that 44 machine, as he's going to put himself on the pole here tonight. Matt Kemp, that 54, currently not gridded up. He is going to be lining up in that second position. Matthew T. Lee going to be lining up third with Gabriel Ellison lining up P4. Then it's going to be Mikey Neal Jr., that 25, lining up in that P5 spot. As you're going to see Jaden Katashi in that P6. Matthew Baker, P7 here tonight with Matt Grenner. He's going to be lining up P8 with Dylan Butler starting this race tonight, P9, and Doug Newbigging going to be P10. Go through the rest of your field here. It's going to be Wyatt Brackett in 11th with Morgan Bard in that 12th spot. Frankie Barroso going to be lining up behind these boys in that P13 spot. Brandon Holder on his outside lane in 14th. Go back here to 15th spot. Going to be that 3 machine, Mo Abbott, lining up 15th. David Farmer in that 16th spot in that 84 Toyota. Then it's going to be another Toyota, that number 80 of Ryan Campbell. He's going to be starting P17. Brad Neer going to be starting near the middle of the field. He's going to be lining up P18. Then it's going to be Jonathan Schwartz in that 95 machine, one of last year's top 4s. He's going to be starting 19th with John Kinder, Fenderbender Kinder, starting in the 20th spot. Ed Shearer, he's going to be lining up 21st with Adam Lancaster. 22nd, Alex Hubman going to be lining up in that 23rd spot with Brandon Zimmerman. 24th. And we're going to have Ryan Smith in that 25th position. And then it's going to be Christopher Hockley lining up in 26th. Justin Winter is going to be in 27th with Scott Fritz in 28th. Aaron Smith, the second, 29 with Dylan Hastings, 30th. And then get through the rest of your field here. It's going to be that David Sheets Machine, 31st. David Hastings, 30th. Nicholas Noggle, 31st. Brian Terry, 32nd. And then CJ Mason rounding out your field in that 34th spot. Oh, Nicholas Noggle and CJ Mason rounding out your field in 33rd and 34th. Excuse me. Field gets a little bit out of hand right there when these boys start rolling, and your live timing goes absolutely everywhere. Do apologize about that. That's why we were trying to get through it a little bit. 34 race cars going to take the green flag here tonight. And Chris, I got to say, that's a lot of Cup race cars out there. And man, Homestead is going to feel like a traffic jam here in the next 20 or so. This is going to be a good race. Zach Nichols on the pole. Matt Kemp, who got the Daytona win last week, as he is going to start on that outside lane, as we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here in just a moment at the LNS Customs 200 here on the Bluegrass platform. Pace car off. Here we go, driver. Green flag in hand. It is a waving Zach Nichols, Matt Kemp. Gonna bring the field to the green flag, and here we go racing, boys. As to the inside lane, the 25, he's kind of shaking around. Mikey Neal Jr. got a little bit of peek-a-bear. But as we go into turns number 1 and 2 for the first time tonight, we've got big stack up, 04, a little bit up the track, Matthew T. Lee, that is. As we got 3 wide already, Dylan Butler. The 26, that's Matthew Baker on his outside. The 81, Jada Katashi. As we're going to get 3 wide here again with the 7 now of Doug Newbigging. The race for that 3rd position up here, Gabriel Ellison, Matthew T. Lee. 2 wide here is Ellison, a little bit of wobble, and still 3 wide behind them. These boys are digging here early.
Yeah, you see a lot of racing going on back here in the back of the pack. Matt Grenier, he's kind of stuck back here in that little bit of a pack. You see the 31 there of Brandon Holder doing a good job holding that middle line, but we see a lot of 3 wide racing going on right here in the middle of the pack. Whoa.
Man, these boys are shifting positions. This is what Homestead-Miami is capable of, and it is beautiful to see these drivers coming to grips, having a lot of faith on that drive on the outside lane. As we go back up on focus here, that 44 Ford Mustang of Zach Nichols, that Code Red Mountain Dew. He said, Code Red, I'm getting out of here. That 44 Zach Nichols set the fastest lap that last time. 32.87 for him. Excuse me, Dylan Butler. 32.85, going to take that from him in that 6th spot, but still got a good little lead, Nichols does, but now starting to reel him back in is that Kent machine, 77 of Ellison as well in tow. Oh, already saving.
Yeah, you hear a little bit of a save going on there from that 44. Might be getting a little tight, but you see that's going to tighten the rest of the build back up to him. Matthew Kemp in that 54 machine doing a really good job holding on to that 2nd position because he's got the 77 of Gabriel Ellison on that back bumper with Matthew Lee also on that back bumper. You see the 96 there of Dylan Butler taking that high lane, probably trying to get something working out here, but it does look like he's got the momentum going down, going to make the pass on that 25. Yeah, you see the 44 there. Zach Nichols looks like he's might be trying to get on that loud pedal once again. Probably getting a little slowed up there. But you see the 54 of Gabriel Kemp, Matt Kemp, keeping that 54 machine on the back bumper of that 44 machine. But the 96 of Dylan Butler riding that top lane, already getting around the 04 of Matthew Lee. It looks like Nicholas Noggle having a little bit of an issue early on here, coming down pit lane already.
Dylan Butler, that 94 machine, or excuse me, 96 machine, looking very good right now. He's moved himself up into 4th. On that outside lane, he's got the 04 of Matthew Lee to his inside right now, battling for that 5th position. The breast cancer awareness, 96 of Dylan Butler, doing a good job here early as he's rolled himself up 5 positions from that 9th starting spot, currently sitting in that top 5 and 4th.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of battling going on here from that 96 machine. He's doing a really good job. We did get to talk about him a little bit last season, but looks like this season he's wanting to have his name talked about a lot more as he's riding that top lane here early. Like I said, it was going to be interesting to see what these drivers decided to take, which line they wanted to go in, and you know, early on, as we've still got some battling going on back here in the back.
Chris, I got to say, Bluegrass stepped it up on the offseason. A lot of experience on the racetrack, it looks like here. Might be a lot of rookies out there in the Cup Series this season, but man, I am seeing just absolute resilience from these drivers. A lot of guys just battling, man, wanting that position. And that's what racing's about. You're not only, going to always win every race, and those positions matter. We're seeing that here early, man. These guys are battling for every position, every single point that goes towards a championship. We're seeing some very good racing so far out of it. And, man, to keep it clean here early, I'm really enjoying what these guys got in store for us for the rest of the race if they keep it like this. Looking good here.
Yeah, just a lot of really good racing going here early. We see John Kinder just looks like he's having a little bit of a struggle. Last season, he was one of those drivers that we were looking out for. You know, we didn't give him the name Fender Bender Kinder for no reason. He always finds a way to get to that front. Also a very consistent, clean driver, but looking like right now just kind of sitting stagnant in the middle of the field, just kind of working out everything.
Yeah, it looks like we're kind of just starting to get into that segment up here. Maybe with the leaders that is behind him, a little bit of a 2-wide, 3-wide action going on, but it still sounds like that 44 of Nichols saving. I mean, and he is technically, you know, holding the pace of the race right now. And, you know, what he's doing with that lift, kind of like a slow brake as well, is just waiting to get back on the throttle. Wonder if the guys behind him are also saving. Are they using their brakes? Would be, you know, sure that the 54 is probably saving with him as well, but from them on back, not sure what's really going on.
Yeah, we got to go to the Facebook and YouTube chat here on lap 11, the LS Customs 200. We've got 20 Racing saying, let's go Matt Lee. Mike Neal saying, good luck Mikey Neal Jr. Sarah Mays, good to have you here tonight. Sarah, it's always a pleasure to have you here with us on these Cup nights. Saying, come on, winners, number 9 and Huffy, number 8. Show them your stuff, boys. And then Patrick Thompson saying, go Mikey. So we got a lot of fans on that YouTube chat, and then also in the Facebook chat, I see Brett Nilsson sending 200 stars. Do appreciate that, Brett. And then Rylan Greer saying, let's go 15. There you go, Josh.
Go Grinner. That's what I like to see. What's up, Rylan? How are you, buddy? As we keep going here, 54, Matt Kemp, man. And Zach Nichols kind of just predicting the race, or the pace of this race. You know, they're able to hold the pace of this race, and there's two working together for sure, both in the No Chance Motorsports room together with that Kurtashi machine as well. So got a lot of teamwork in the field this season in Bluegrass. Last season, we had teams, don't get me wrong, but, you know, we didn't really necessarily have a lot of the abundance of teams. It seemed like we had just our, you know, couple little teams here and there, and, you know, a lot of just independent drivers. But this season, we've got a lot of teamwork in the field, and it's going to come down to more than just who's best on the track. It's going to be about who's best and just all in the overall package at the racetrack that week, and that's what I'm loving about this season. It's looking like the better man's going to win, and it's so far picking up to be that way. And a lot of talent out here in the Bluegrass field this season. They did something, man. Wherever they found these boys. I love Jason, man. He did a great job picking up these this talent this season.
Yeah, the Bluegrass boys definitely did something in the offseason. Whoa, you see the 26 there of Matthew Baker getting all over that corner panel of the 84 David Farmer.
Yeah, Farmer tucked up to him. Farmer's wanting to clear him right here. Looks like the 26 backed out just a little bit. Going to give him the space. You saw that momentum gain or back off just a little bit of that 26. Now he's got that 7 of Newbigging to the inside lane here. The 2 Chevy Camaro is going to be racing it into turns 1 and 2. That 26 just hanging up on that outside lane. As you look out that back window at that pack, he's clear.
Whoa, it looks like a little contact there from the 7 of Doug Newbigging and the 26 of Matthew Baker. You see Matthew Baker starting to fall back just a little bit. So a little bit of contact there from that, looks like from that 26 machine. It's got him a little
21.
unsettled. Whoa, the 21.
Woo!
Yeah, you see the 21 of Morgan Baird getting all over the back corner panel of that 26 machine. Everybody getting a little dicey back here in the back. Let's go back up here and check up front with the 44. You still have the 54. Matt Kemp all over the back bumper of that 44, Zach Nichols. So Zach Nichols has, you know, pretty much assumed this lead and said, hey, guys, I'm just going to sit up here in the front.
Yeah, he's taken the lead from the pole position of the night and has not looked back so far. That 44 machine currently sitting in the lead here and led all 17 laps so far. We'll see if anybody's got anything for the Code Red Mountain Dew and the Taco Bell Mountain Dew scheme of the 54 of Matt Kemp, that 44 of Zach Nichols. They're both Baja blasting away. These boys are doing a great job leading the field tonight. As
you got the 81 of Jaden Kutachi sitting there in that 7th position. You see him make a pass on that 15 of Matt Grenier, so doing a good job on making that pass for that 7th place position. But that 15 machine trying to hold on to that position that he's got. You see him ride that top lane, but the 31 there getting a really good run. Brandon Holder making a pass on the outside, 3 wide in turn 2.
3 wide coming back to him with Newbigging 84. Gonna sneak his way by. And Chris, that was a textbook pass from Brandon Holder in that 31 machine on the outside lane. He just put it 3 wide and 1 and said, I know I got it. And down the back straightaway he goes is Matt Grenier. Almost a little bit of contact, but sure, they might have made just the slightest of contact. Hear nothing over the radio so far. These drivers have been focused. So right now, we're going to keep it rolling. Lap 19. It looks like Grenier is going to get away with no damage. The same for that 94, who is very chromed up here tonight. Looking very, very shiny out there. It's going to be hard not to miss that 94. So, hard to miss that 94, excuse me, as he rolls around here all shined up. But we'll see if that 15 can get past Newbigging on that inside lane. A little hard drive in from Grenier. That's going to force him to have to back up the corner through mid-corner and really get the car resettled, allow the 7 to drive by on the inside there.
Riding a little back, you see the 12 of Frankie Bararso taking that inside lane. It's 3 wide down the backstretch. That 80 is going to go ahead and get past. That's Ryan Campbell making a move past 3 cars there. Just looks like he drove past them like they were sitting still. That 80 machine doing a good job moving his way up into that 12th position. So that 12th machine might be having a little bit of an issue here. You see him falling back now. So Frankie having a little bit of issue in that 12th machine.
Yeah, but look at Scott Fritz right in front of him, Chris. That 1 machine, very spooky looking in that Speedworks #1 as he is on the hunt here, getting close to Halloween. He's looking for candy, and it ain't candy, it's trophies. That one wants a win here tonight. He's doing a good job, up 14 spots. Started this race all the way back in 28th. He's currently sitting 14th. And that Mac Tools #1 of Scott Fritz, he is on the roll right now. Go back up on board here with our leaders. That's still Matt Kemp. Right behind that No Chance Motorsport T-Bay, that 44. Zach Nichols, they're just kind of hanging out here. 2 Ford Mustangs just kind of chilling up here in the front. Kind of you know, they are the pace of the race right now. If you don't pass those guys, you're not going anywhere. So that 44 of Zach Nichols, bad fast in practice all night, and it looks like he's just bringing that teammate Matt Kemp along with him. They're doing an excellent job here, maintaining a good pace, saving their equipment, and doing an overall good job. They're starting to pull away from Ellison. Now a second from that 77. Matthew T. Lee now 4/10 back from him. It's looking like it's going to be a Nichols and Kemp kind of stage here, as they are just slowly easing away from that 2nd and 3rd position.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of separation throughout the field coming down that backstretch on that last pass that we did on the backstretch there, Josh. Seeing a lot of separation from these drivers now. Everybody's kind of falling in line now, trying to you know, do one of those things where they make it to that stage break. You know, like, okay, I can just if I can just handle the car for a couple more laps, I know I can go down pit lane, get some new tires, and we could have another stab at it. But you see everybody kind of getting a separation now. That 77 machine of Gabriel Ellison doing a good job hanging on to that 3rd spot, up 1 position from his starting position. But looks like he's falling back from that front gap now, down to about a 2nd and 3/4, so still hanging on to that lead, but it looks like that 04 Matthew Lee is about to make a pass on that inside.
Yeah, Matthew Lee, that 04 Martin Sports Toyota Camry, gonna slide down his way up the track, clear by about a car length and a half, or excuse me, half a car length. Man, I'm tongue twisted tonight. He's gonna set himself in 3rd place. You see that 25 now. Mikey Neal just kind of been hanging out there behind Ellison and Lee, as he's going to slowly creep his way back up here. That 25, that is, you know, our top 6 right now, all back in their original starting positions. So that's showing that they may have the speed in qualifying, but they also got this track figured out in the race pace, doing an excellent job just in our top 6 to maintain their starting positions. That just shows you how well they've got this track figured out.
Yeah, I have been noticing just little bit of a heads up. Notice the stream is having a little bit of choppiness going on. I'm going to try to get it situated right now, but it should be fine right now. Just giving you a heads up. If you do see it choppiness, just bear with us for a minute.
And it does sound like the 70 is coming down pit road, Chris. Heard somebody calling out. Yeah, that's Aaron Smith down pit road. That banana machine, the school bus down pit road. As we'll see him get serviced here for the first time tonight here at lap number 27. So Aaron Smith going to be the first car to take that pit stop cycle. That isn't a damaged race car, I want to say, unless it looks like Ryan Smith pitted at lap 22. Did not hear anyone call out on the radio, so that could have been one of those, you know, ones that just maybe didn't get called out. But 13, oh, nope, Ryan Smith not in the race anymore. That's why. And also Brian Terry Chris about to make his way down pit road this time.
Yeah, it looks like the 08 of Nichols Noggle also out of the race. That is unfortunate for that 08 machine. No, he is a spotter normally, I want to say, for Jason Collins. So unfortunate for that 08 machine not being able to finish the race here tonight. But yeah,
just a spotter for the Jason Collins machine. And don't also mention the, you know, Nichols Noggle, one of the baddest mans in a late model.
yeah, that is true.
All right, pit road closed, Chris. 2 laps to go for the stage. And that 54, Matt Kemp starting to peak. '44 and the 54 now getting racy here. Looks like all bets are off. These boys both want the stage win.
Yeah, but it looks like the 54 had a little bit of a checkup going into turn 3, so he's not going to be able to catch up to that 44.
White flag for the stage.
So let's see if that
big drive in from the 54 of Kemp.
Yeah, let's see if Matt Kemp can hold that top lane up. See if he can get some momentum down this backstretch. It doesn't look like he's going to have anything. It looks like Zach Nichols is going to be able to pull away with this.
A good attempt on corner exit from Kemp, made up a little bit of ground, but it looks like Zach Nichols going to win the stage comfortably here. A little bit of pressure from his teammate there in that 54 machine of Kemp. Zach Nichols sat on pole. He's going to lead every lap up to the stage break. He is going to be your stage winner. We'll see if our field gets a little bit mixed up here on the stage at pit break. But other than that, we will have a word with Zach Nichols. Granted, otherwise, you know, anything else is, you know, said otherwise, I should say. But we should have a word with that 44 here at the end of his pit stop cycle. As our field going to get called up to the pace car here. As they're going to get called up. Get ready to go down pit road here in just a moment. We're going to see our drivers come down pit road here in just a moment. Get cycled through 4 tires field. And we're going to see who's going to be the best down pit road here on this stop.
Well, it looks like the 44's holding. Maybe had a speeding penalty or something?
Nah, he wouldn't have served a penalty there.
We'll have to find out what happened just then. Maybe a little bit of a mix-up there. looks like Matt Kemp in the 54, he's going to win that race off of pit lane. Matthew Lee right behind him. Gabriel Ellison going to be in that 3rd spot. Mikey Neal Jr. going to come out in that 4th position. Jaden Katachi going to be in that 5th spot. David Farmer in 6th. Edward Shear in 7th with Dylan Butler in 8th. Ryan Campbell in 9th. And Doug Newbigging going to be your top 10.
All right. Got a lot of black flags, and for some reason, all of our admins are just disappeared. 26 ran out of gas. We weren't able to... Okay, there's race control. All right. Looks like Jason was having issues as well. But all right, we're going to go ahead and try to have a word with that 44 machine of Nichols. Also see what happened to him on that pit stop.
I tried to.
Oh, Zach, my bad, bro. Were you in the middle of doing something? I need to move you back.
You're good. You're good.
All right, sorry, man. I know usually we have a heads up on that, but hey, just wanted to have a quick word with you here. Picked up that stage win, and man, we saw the slow pit stop. What happened there on pit road?
Yeah, I was too busy looking at the pace car going into pit road, making sure I wasn't going to pass that to get pass the pace car penalty, and then I ended up speeding going in. So, but yeah, we're trying not to get one penalty, but we got the other. So,
heck yeah,
unfortunate, but we'll have to drive through the field.
Usually how it goes. Well, hey, Zach, you're looking really strong out here tonight, man. Looking like you've got the car to beat. You've got a strong handle on this racetrack. You're looking good going here into this next stage of the race. You've got any words you want to say for anybody out there maybe watching, or just a few shout outs you want to throw out there before we let you get back to your race team here?
Not really. I mean, thanks you for everyone watching, I guess. That's about it.
Heck yeah, man. Well, hey, sorry to bring you into the middle of talking to your team, buddy.
Good.
I know how awkward that can be, so we'll let you go ahead and get down here, get your strategy work back out, and yeah, man, good luck in the rest of the race. You look mighty fine out there tonight, and we're looking forward to you in the rest of the race, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, man. Do apologize again to the 44 and his team, man. Sorry, didn't mean to pull you guys up in the middle of the strategy. Hopefully didn't screw you guys out anything right there, man. Know how that works, and do again apologize. But hey, we're gonna get back to racing here in just a moment. Pace car lights are off. We got a lot of EOL penalties, a lot of black flags being cleared, and we're gonna see these boys get back to green. Thankfully, race control back in time, and we're gonna get everything sorted out, get back going here. Green, green, green. And Matt Kemp now going to have the field at his discretion, and he's going to say, hey, man, I don't got the 44 Nichols now to worry about. I'm going to go out here and try to get me a good little lead, as that 54 going to get off to a good restart here. And we'll have to check through the rest of your field as we get going through the restart. Looks like we've got a lot of double file and triple file racing all throughout the field down the back straightaway. Four made up a lot of ground on pit road, Chris. 16 positions from where he originally started the race. We saw him moving through the field a little bit earlier on, but now he's got some good traction up here with this lead pack. That 94 is looking to build up some ground on these fresh tires. It looks like he got a little bit of a wiggle there coming through turns 3 and 4. Gonna gather it back up. He's gonna fall in behind that 96 of Dylan Butler and that 04 of Matthew Lee, who's still got that 77 of Gabriel Ellison out in front of him once again. But it looks like Matt Kemp so far hasn't made that gap maybe we were expecting, but we know those boys were saving early. Might be on that same strategy again here.
Yeah, you're going to see the 96 there of Dylan Butler doing a really good job right now, holding on to that inside lane in a position that he wants to be in. Right now, we're talking about that 94 up 17 position. Josh, heard you talking about it just 1 second ago. Doing a really good job moving his way up. On that pit strategy, you know, you saw him just come out in a really good spot, doing a really good job holding on to that fourth spot as he's battling it out with the 96. Looks like he might go on the outside of that 04 machine, but just going to go ahead and settle it back down with that 96 Dylan Butler on that inside. Whoa, a little bit of looseness there from that 94 machine.
Yeah, we're seeing that that dirty air really start to play a factor here on some of these guys. They're willing it really hard on these restarts, and you're going to see those race cars maybe get a little bit out of sorts with that air moving around them. All that dirty air from the race cars in front of them as well. So good on Dylan Butler to gather it up. We've seen all these drivers get have a little bit of the moment on their own here tonight, and you know, overall, Homestead-Miami, one of those tracks, it's fairly easy to just lose the race car when you're not thinking that it's going to go. It'll go. So good on all of our drivers tonight. It looks like they've studied hard, practiced hard, and man, we're seeing a good race out of it so far.
Yeah, we've got our next stage break at lap 65. So we've got about 24 laps to go till that next stage break. So we're going to see a lot of duking it out going on. You know, we got one more stop, so they know that we've at least got one more caution flag in front of us. Because right now, these Bluegrass boys, they're doing a really good job holding on to this this track position. You know, holding on to these cars. You see a lot of these cars getting loose. That 77 doing a really good drive-in on that 54 machine.
Kemp was like driving that thing sideways out of the corner. That would, for a second, allowed Ellison, but he's going to just hang on to that back bumper. I thought for a moment he was going to be able to get the drive into the inside lane. It looks like Ellison's going to know what he needs out of that race car to make the pass stick, and that 54 of Matt Kemp got a little bit out of sorts. It might seem like that 77 now just wanting to apply the pressure, see if he can get that 54 to do something else.
Yeah, the 54 is doing a really good job holding on to that line. You see Matthew Lee shutting that door on that 94 of Ed Shear back there. So doing a really good job holding on to that third place position. But don't know if that 94 is going to be able, if that 04 is going to be able to hold it off for too long, because that 94 is taking that inside lane. But right behind him, it looks like David Farmer doing a good job passing that 81. We're going to go ahead and clear. We got a lot of drivers making passes right now.
Yeah, Campbell to the inside lane. The two Toyotas going to be battling down the back straightaway side by side, as he's going to file his way back in behind that 81 of Katashi. We'll see if Jaden's got anything for these boys in front of him. That 81 machine, he's had his two other teammates really go up here and dominate the field. We'll see if he is able to pick up anything, pick their brains, see what they've got to say about their race car. He's able to gain some speed, or if he's just kind of hanging out here in that 6th spot. Doing well up there in 6th, been able to hold on to that spot pretty much for the whole race. We'll see really how those No Chance Motorsports guys come back to really swing this race's momentum, try to swing it back in towards their favor, as they've only got Kemp now up there in the lead.
Yeah, I see John Bradley Pill in the Facebook chat saying, "Let's go, Lucky Doug Motorsports. Good to have you here." John, know you were here with us a lot, and you do race in the series. Good to have you, man. Patrick Thompson in the YouTube chat saying, "Go, Mikey." Good to have you, man. Also, Stacy Johnson saying, "Good luck, Brian Terry." Good to have you here again, Stacy. I know you're also with us on the YouTube chat all the time, so good to have you here with us tonight.
Yes, big shout out to all the Bluegrass faithful, man. We love having you guys week in and week out, whether it be for the, say that 1 second, 8180 almost just made a little bit of contact there. Jaden very loose, and the 31 now going to come to the inside lane off that slow run. Holder now going to go to the inside. He should make this pass, but just saying big shout out to all the faithful out there, whether it be here Monday nights for the trucks, Tuesday nights for the Xfinity, or Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for the trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. We say a big thank you for being here and being a part of the league, man. We couldn't do this without you. It's just so much fun seeing yours guys' and girls' faces week in and week out, and love hearing what you got to say about your favorite drivers. And as you look at that, Chris 44 of Zach Nichols already slowly working his way back to the field. Restarted back in about 20th, maybe a little bit farther, I want to say, actually. He's currently worked his way back up to 13th.
Yeah, that 44 machine showing that he definitely is not taking that position lightly, saying, "Hey, boys, I know how to drive this track really quick. I'm going to show you." Whoa, you see a big jump out there on that 21, trying to get around that 44. Going to make a really big block on that 21 coming out of turn 2.
Man, and Frankie is racing him, ain't he?
Yeah, Frankie Bararso, one of the Bluegrass drivers last season that had a little bit of incidents, you know, swing his way in the later end of the season, not showing up towards that later end, you know, just having a lot of wrecks and stuff happening. But hey,
Still
that
made
12
it to
machine,
what, the top 12,
yeah,
top 8?
Yeah, I want to say it was the top 8. But no, Frankie doing a really good job. Last season was really consistent. Always got up towards the front. You know, never really had anything bad, you know, to say. You know, never heard any drivers really say anything bad about him except for that one time.
Nashville.
You know, yeah, that one
Nashville
time in Nashville.
baby.
That one time. But other than that, that 12 machine, you know, looking really solid here tonight.
The 10 and 3 almost just bounced off of each other. That could have been bad. But Kinderman, he's on a decent little recovery mission. He fell back a little earlier, I want to say back about 25th. He's working his way back into the top 20. Started this race 20th, currently sitting 17th. And I want to say Homestead might not be one of Kinder's favorite tracks after tonight. It seems like he just hasn't been able to pick up the ground here. But, you know, you never know with John Kinder. That man could be holding back the sauce into the last couple handful of laps. We'll see if that 5 machine's got anything left in the tank as well. Ask Scott Fritz, man, he moved his way up into 16th, and I want to say as far as 12th last run in that green flag run, and kind of just stalled out in this run, only sitting in this 16th position as you go on board with that 10 of Wyatt Brackett. That Mountain Dew Game Fuel Chevy Camaro going to be 2 wide here with that 3 of Mo Abbott. As behind him it comes that 8 of Alex Huffman, and there is Jonathan Schwartz, somebody else, man, that is just not really showed up early season at Homestead like maybe I thought he would. Jonathan Schwartz currently sitting 23rd, but we know also one of those drivers that bides his time very well. Jonathan Schwartz can always be in the run for it.
Oh, as you see that 44 there, leaning all over the quarter panel of that 25 of Mikey Neal Jr. Zach Nichols doing a really good job pulling his way back up through the field. Already got himself up into that 10th position. So Zach Nichols showing, hey, I can take a couple of intervals and stuff and still get up here and fix it up.
Oh yeah, I mean, he said he was going to have to drive back to the field. The first challenge, question mark, for that 44 machine. It looks like it is on, go, go, go. I mean, he is moving his way back to the field. Just made a textbook pass on that outside lane on the 25 of Mikey Neal right there. Looks like he's getting ready to go up there and try to work on Dylan Butler here in just a couple laps. Let's go up on board here with Edward Shearer, who is currently sitting 5th. He was up and about 4th, battling for that 3rd a moment ago, but it looks like David Farmer has worked his way back around that 94 machine. As you see that Matthew T. Lee machine, who's currently sitting 3rd right behind Gabriel Ellison, who is still tracking Matt Kemp down like a hawk, man. But, you know, this is kind of how it was in the first stage of the race. That 54 and that 44 were kind of just hanging on. The 77 was just hanging on to them. And then all of a sudden, it's just like they shot out of a cannon and took off. We'll see if Kemp and them do that same thing as you ride on that that rear hood view, or excuse me, that rear roof view of Matt Kemp. And look at the field behind him here.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of the field just single file. Whoa, you see a big jump out there. I want to say that was maybe the 94 getting a little quick in there. Well, back here with Mikey Neal Jr., you see he's battling it out with that 96 machine of Dylan Butler on the outside. So it is a battle for that 10th position. The 96 riding that really, really top lane. That's what I like to see. You know, but that top lane is really slow compared to that inside lane. So you have to be on your points when you're coming out of that top corner to have a lot of momentum coming down that backstretch. As I see right now, Christopher Hockley coming down pit lane. Looks like maybe that 14 machine packing up, going to the hauler early. It looks like he is down and out.
Yeah, and as I was talking about it a moment ago, look at it, Chris. That 54 is starting to pull away from that 77.
Yeah, the 77 machine just looks like doesn't have the tires to hang on to that 54's line now. maybe just the tire wear is starting to come up and show its ugly head on that 77 machine. But the 04 machine of Matthew Lee, not letting that 77 get too far ahead of him. He's we've been seeing these last couple of nights. A lot of these drivers just being really patient, hanging on, to that position, waiting for that moment to pass, and all of a sudden you see them getting around everybody. So maybe that 04 is just like, I've got the stage lap coming up in about 7 or 8 laps, so I'm just going to go ahead and, just wait where I'm at, and then we'll start adjusting our strategy, after that caution period.
I mean, yeah, Chris, if I'm that 04 of Matthew Lee, I'm probably on attack mode now. I mean, Gabriel Ellison, he rode behind Matt Kemp for pretty much this whole second stage. Those front tires going to be a little bit more heated up from that dirty air following behind that hot race car. We'll see if the 04 maybe has just a little bit more tire life in him than that 77 as we're getting close here to the stage break for stage number 2. As Matt Kemp's going to pull it out. 3/10 right now, but that 77 still hanging on those coattails, man. Hasn't lost that gap yet, but that 04 of Matthew Lee looks like he is on the hunt. He wants this position on the 77.
Yeah, as it looks like the 77 to Gabriel Ellison starting to close up that gap to Matthew Kemp. Got it down to now almost 3/10, or a little bit under 3/10 of a second. Now he's got it down to about a 2.2 second gap. Excuse me, 2.2. A 0.22 second gap, excuse me. So the 77 is starting to reel that 54 in, but that means the 04 has got a chance here. We've only got 5 laps to that stage break, so maybe the 04 is starting to set up that move, and you might see Matthew Lee start moving up through the field here.
Yeah, but look at Zach Nichols, Chris, already sitting himself up in 8th, battling for 7th against that 31 of Brandon Holder. He was sitting in 9th just about 2 or 3 laps ago. Now trying to work his way up into 7th, and he's going to do it right there. He's going to pass because that 25 of Mikey Neal Jr. going to go 3 wide with the 81, and that's going to slow that 31 of Holder down on the outside lane. And he's going to clear that 31 of Holder. Zach Nichols going to put himself into 7th. He's got himself reset up here for a good restart coming into stage number 3.
Yeah, but I want to point out, look who's moving his way up through the field, Josh. John Kinder moved his way up 6 spots so far, so currently sitting in that 14th spot. Kinder's doing a good job. I know he was talking about how he didn't look forward to racing the Xfinity cars, and then he went out there and did a pretty decent job. Said he really enjoyed it, but not looking like he's liking the Cup cars here at Homestead this week.
Hey, Homestead's one of those tracks you're either hitting home runs or you're, striking out every time. It's just one of those hit or miss tracks for some of these drivers.
Yeah, also a driver that we've haven't really been talking a lot about right now is that one machine of Scott Fritz, moving his way up through the field right now. He is up 12 spots from his starting position. So Scott Fritz moving his way up through the field. That's a good looking race car as well.
Oh yeah, it is. I love that Halloween theme of Scott Fritz. But Chris, it looks like Kemp starting to pull out again a little bit on Ellison up here in the lead. Is that 4-car pack, headed by that 54. As we should see pit road close either this time or next time. Dylan Hastings is down pit road last lap by. And now Hastings on his way out of pit road. But it looks like Kemp still holding a 3/10 gap. Ellison just not able to close back into that 3/10. He got it back down to 2/10. Had a good little drive there for a moment. As pit road did just close this time. We'll see that 54 of Matt Kemp drive it off into the corner in turn 3 and 4. Should grab the white flag for the stage this time.
Yeah, look at behind Matthew Lee. David Farmer doing a good job. I've just noticed he's up 12 positions, so that 84 machine might have had a couple of people come down pit lane here early. surrender those positions. But that 84, I haven't even really noticed David Farmer moving his way up through here. Got himself up into that 4th position. Looks like he's going to be battling it out with that 04 machine before too long. But going to have the stage break here coming to the line.
Yes, and it looks like Matt Kemp coming out of turn number 4, that 54 machine. He finished second stage 1. He picked up the win last week at Daytona in the opener, and he's going to pick up the stage 2 win, that 54 of Matt Kemp. He is going to pick up where that 44 of Nichols left off, and he's going to say, hey, I will go out here and pick up this stage win if my teammate ain't here to do it. The 54 Kemp going to be your stage winner here at lap number 66. All right, and as pit road is coming open and these drivers are going to be coming down getting service here in just a moment, we are going to go ahead and throw it to a side-by-side so we can take a step away from the headsets for just a moment. We'll be right back with you and get that interview with the 54 of Matt Kemp. We are back. Gonna go ahead and have a word with that stage winner, Matt Kemp. It looks like he might have gotten a speeding penalty too, Chris. Matt, Kemp, Chris, and Josh up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you guys.
Hey, man, before we even get to the interview, please don't tell me that's 2 in a row on you boys.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I just thought you got... Did you get another penalty or something? I see you're coming out in 21st?
No, I ran out of...
Okay.
21st. I ran out of fuel at the end of the stage.
Okay, we didn't see
I
that.
thought I had a
My
little
bad.
more than that. Yeah, no. Yeah, unfortunately, I thought I had about a lap to the good, and then about 3 laps to go in the stage. I'm like, oh dang, it's gonna be close. And well,
dang,
I got back
man.
to pit road, but
Well, hey,
yeah.
Well, you know, Matt, that stinks, man. Didn't see that. Do apologize about that. But, hey, man, you still ran good out there. Your teammate was having to work his way back through the field. Now it's going to be back on you to do that same thing. You think you got it for us, man? I mean, coming to this final stage here, we got a good chunk of change left in laps. You think you've got what it takes to get back up here, maybe run for this race, win again?
I don't know, man. We'll see. This arrow push is so bad, so I can only imagine what it's like back here. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to approach it, but we'll we'll see what happens.
All right, well, heck yeah, man. We will see what happens. We know you're a hell of a driver, man, and we're excited to see you try to work your way back to the field, Matt. Go out there and get down on the pedal, man, and make some passes. We're excited to see you, and hopefully get to have a word with you after this race.
Heck yeah, we're gonna try it. Thanks, guys.
Heck yeah, buddy. Have a good rest of your race, man, and congrats on the stage win.
Hey, thanks. Y'all have a good one.
Oh, cut him off. Dang it. I'm bad about it, Chris. I haven't done it in a while. First time in a while, and man, do apologize about that. It's right as we went to that side-by-side, must have ran Matt Kemp running out of gas, so do apologize about that. Be better about that next time. Promise I'll wait a couple seconds before I stand up to get a soda, so I do apologize about that. Hey, we're going to get back to green flag racing here in just a moment. Final stage of the race. You hear these boys clutch in, saving. This is a full commit from these boys, as it's going to be Gabriel Ellison now, that 04 of Matthew Lee, inside and outside lane. Zach Nichols currently sitting in 5th, so they've got just a little bit of time before I feel like they need to worry about the fastest car on the racetrack right now, that 44. I mean, he's done it through traffic. He's proved that he can pass cars. We'll see if that 44 can get back up here and lead this race and how long it will take. And 77 of Gabriel Ellison going to take that outside lane as the restart, and it is going to get him promoted to the lead here on the restart. Whoa, sideways 94. That's going to stack him up. 80 down.
Well, you're seeing a big stack
for a
up.
moment down there. Caution, caution.
Yeah, it looks like Matthew Baker and Dylan Hastings. See the 5 of John Kendra. Looks like he had a little bit of an issue. I'm not sure what just happened.
The 12 of Frankie Barroso said that all stemmed from him. If that's true or not, we know drivers say it stems from them, and sometimes they're not even a part of it. We'll see. So if you want to go to that 12 of Frankie Barroso, Chris, and just kind of see if anything unfolded from him. 3 wide in front of him, you got Mo Abbott, the 8 of Alex Huffman on his inside. There goes Matt Kemp by. Oh, so that happened behind them. It looked like the 26 might have just, I'm not sure what happened with the 26 and them, but I know Frankie Barroso said something else did happen between them. $26.
Looks like a little bit of net code there. 5 and the 26 going to get together. 26 is going to go around, and then you're just going to see the 48 not have anywhere to go, getting into the back of them. We'll go on board and watch it from his point of view. Oh!
Did get it. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, the 48 almost making it through that, but hey, that little bit of front end damage might not be too severe. Did you see the 5 machine getting into the 26 machine, or 26 getting into the 5 machine? Starting that whole little bit of an incident, so just maybe a little bit of net code. Might have been a little bit of lag on the server side. We do know sometimes that can be it, but 48 just you saw just trying to avoid everything, but getting that front corner into the in the wall. Dylan Hastings doing a good job getting it slowed up though, not running over everybody. Looks like Jonathan Schwartz, Matt Kemp coming back down pit lane. Looks like Aaron Smith.
Man, have I ever told you how much I love Gary Jaworski?
No.
I love him. Just every time, man, the drivers start talking, they're trying to read rules or not read rules, but serve penalties or whatever. Somebody start talking, Gary just comes over and goes, "Clear the mic." Everybody just shuts up instantly. I love Gary so much, man. He makes Bluegrass go around, I swear. All right, so Gabriel gonna elect that top lane here on the restart, Chris. It worked to him last time, but look at behind that 04 machine up in the top of your screen, now bottom of your screen. That 44 is Zach Nichols. Able to make up 2 places on that restart. These boys are in for a world of trouble now. This move from the guys in the back of the field. Really nothing to lose back there. I mean, Matt Kemp, one of those drivers that was just leading the race, won the stage. He's went back to top off. They're all topping off fuel, man. Just trying to extend that race as long as they can. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite some of these guys, because they're going to have to get back onto the track and get digging here if they want to get called up.
Yeah, you don't want to see a Kyle Busch-esque move. You know, the next thing you know, you're starting, 30th in the back, and then you're in first place. You don't want to see that. So a lot of these drivers having to get caught back up. Looks like John Kinder's still down on pit lane. That's unfortunate.
Big
for that
damage on
machine.
that 5 machine. Yeah, big damage on him. He's probably taking as much damage repair as he can.
Yeah, but we don't, like we said, we call him Fender Bender Kinder for a reason. His fenders are definitely bent.
As the green flag is back out here. Gabriel Ellison gonna get back out to the lead, but that 44 of Nichols pushing that Toyota Camry, that 04 of Lee, into the corner a little hard. And that's gonna wash Lee up the track, allow Nichols to find some fresh air on that bottom lane. Very strategic move on the oval to just give that driver a little bit more of a push into the corner. Put them up in there into the corner about 2, 3, 4 miles an hour usual than what they're used to. Excuse me, man, I cannot talk sometimes. And it allows you to get that little breath of fresh air under the track. And it looks like Zach Nichols did that to perfection. He is going to get side by side with Lee down the front straightaway here. But Lee's going to get a good run back on the outside lane. Ellison going to the top kind of did give him a little bit of a pull down the front straightaway as well. You're going to see that 44 now get clear of the 04, and here comes that 25 to the inside lane as well. That 04 would have loved to be able to close that gap up. That 25 and Mikey Neal Jr., he saw that open real estate, and he is going to take it.
Yeah, the 25 machine. Mikey Neal Jr. moving on the inside. Whoa, you see the 7, Doug Newbigging getting on the inside. Whoa, the 81 machine, you can see him just riding that edge, riding the knife's edge on that car. Just almost spinning out for that 81. You see him going to dive it down to the inside, trying to get as much room on that track as he can. Diving it on the inside of that 25 of Mikey Neal Jr. That 81 should be looking to make a pass here, but looks like he's going to tuck it back up in there.
And now going to come back at him. Here comes Newbigging. He's going to go to the bottom lane. That 81 machine left it open, and they're going to drive up. A little bit of arrow push from that 7. He might have just got tight on the corner, just maybe back into the gas a little early. That's going to allow it to take it 3 wide. Sure, to the outside lane, going to go around. You've got that 84 of David Farmer now coming to the inside. The 31 of Holder behind him. Butler on the outside lane. I mean, it is getting stacked up here in this 5th position on back. And the boys up in the lead, they're starting to run away. Ellison 3/10 out on Nichols at the moment.
Yeah, Dylan Butler looking like he's having a little bit of issue in that car. Doug Newbigging doing a good job pulling his way up through here.
Contact, 84 loose. He's going to save it. They're going to roll it back. Holder really tight on Butler. He's going to get into the wall a little bit. Right front damage on that 96 now. Hopefully that doesn't tighten that 96 up right here. 31 going to get around clean on the middle lane. He's going to clear the 84. Here comes a 96. Big run. 8 of Alex Huffman as well. He hit the null switch.
Yeah, that's a driver that we haven't really talked about.
Oh, that's contact. That's contact. Scott Fritz 80 almost making contact right there.
Yeah, it's somebody that we haven't had the chance to talking about that much. Is that 8 of Alex Huffman moving his way up through the field? He's got that lead in his sight, and he's moving his way up through the field as he was last season's Bluegrass Cup champion.
And the champion rolling in style. That is a very, very slick looking race car that 8 of Alex Huffman has tonight. And here comes the 44 man, a 10th away. He's bringing Matthew Lee in tow as well. Mikey Neal Jr. also. These boys are going to be racing for the lead here in just a moment. Getting up on some lap traffic here too, Chris.
Yeah, I was gonna
That looks
say,
like Ryan Smith and actually maybe not them. Looks like maybe that could be Dylan Hastings and Morgan Bard. Oh, it's the 5 of Kinder. That's who it is.
Yeah, so the 44 has got up here into second place, but looks like he's just kind of stagnated out right now. Still holding about a 2/10 of a second gap on that 77. As I say that, he starts closing it in now. So it looks like maybe he's going to run that inside
he's
lane.
got it.
Taking that
40. He might have it. 44 is very consistent, man. Should make it stick here. That will be it. Zach Nichols back to the lead. Lap number 83, he will lead. And here at lap number 84, new leader, Zach Nichols, that 44 Mountain Dew Ford Mustang, charging his way back through the field like he said he would at the end of stage 1. And he has done it successfully. Clean race car, clean nose, clean everything. That 44 rolling back in the lead here, looking to try to get it done here as we get to lap number 85 at this next time by of 134. Whoa!
Whoa, you see Dylan Butler all over the back bumper there of the 84. David Farmer having to slow it up just a little bit. Ooh, it looks like the 96 pushing all down the back straightaway there. Pushing that 84 all down down that whole back straightaway, excuse me. And had to lift out of it a lot. You see that gap starting to close up. That's going to open up the door for that 80.
Look at Kratashi and Campbell.
Yeah.
And then look at that, Chris. Scott Fritz working his way back up through the field.
Yeah, Scott Fritz doing
Jonathan
a good
Schwartz
job.
as well, man.
Yeah, Jonathan Schwartz, one of those drivers that we haven't had a lot to talk about either tonight. Doing a good job moving his way up through the field, up 6 spots right now. So him and Scott Fritz are trying to move their way up around this 81 machine, but you're going to see that 81 machine probably put a little bit of a block up here going down the back straightaway.
See a battle there too for between Mikey Lee and Mikey Nichols, and Co. I think. Oh, that was them passing the 5 car of Kinder. Thought they were taking it too wide, but that 94 and that 25, Mikey Nill Jr. is getting pushed. We'll see if that's going to help get him closer up here to Matthew Lee as that 04 machine hanging on to that 77 of Ellison like they were doing all through stage 1. It's kind of just like flipping the roles here. Zach Nichols get out, dominate stage 1. Matt Kemp get out, dominate stage 2. Zach Nichols back out here at the start of stage 3, and he's leading the field early. These boys, man, they've got to feel like they're punching at air right now, trying to get up past that 44 and that 54 with the way they've been running the field tonight. Ooh, a little bit, almost a slight contact between the 7 as well in the back of the field.
Yeah, you're seeing the 04 Matthew Lee starting to wash up to that top lane. Wondering if he's having a little bit of tire issues going here into lap 90. We've only got about, what, 40. I'm terrible at math.
45 laps to go next time by.
We've got 45 laps. I knew it was 40-something. I'm terrible at math. Excuse me. But that 04 looking like he's falling off maybe just a little bit. We might have to have a green flag pit stop here before too long, but that's going to separate everybody up. Zach Nichols doing a good job though, taking over that lead a few laps ago, and now he's not looking back at all. But he's got that 77 still in that back rear view mirror, so you got to wonder, you know, how much is that 77 going to push into that 44, and is he going to make that that 44 have to mirror drive? If I was in that 77 machine, that's what I would do. I would try to just put a little bit of pressure on that 44, make him mirror drive, make him guess where I was going, and work those tires up just a little bit so I can get around him.
Yeah, but that 44 man doesn't look like he's looking in that mirror much. He knows where he's got to be on the racetrack. Knows probably got a live spotter, if we're not just a very good spotter in general. To be aware of where he's at, that 44 is doing a really fine job out in the lead, and I don't think he's really going to have much pressure here besides that 77, just kind of hanging on to the coattails. Seems like it's kind of hard to get past here at Homestead with this current package of the way these boys are racing right now.
Yeah, you're not really seeing a lot of pushing going on. One of the things that I'm noticing is a lot of the guys are taking the bottom lane like we've been seeing this whole weekend, or you know, the last 2 days of the truck and Xfinity race. A lot of the inside lane was what a lot of the drivers were running, but you know, when you see these guys take that outside lane, they're starting to get a little bit of momentum up there on the top. So it's like you said, it's gonna be time to come for a see if these drivers decide to take it too wide going down the back stretches.
Alex Huffman down pit road this time, so we're going to start probably seeing some drivers get ready to go do those green flag pit stops. Maybe these boys in the lead saving a little bit more, trying to just extend that run as much as they can. We were talking about drivers like Kemp and company that were coming down pit road under the caution, trying to just refill up. Kemp currently sitting in 13th position, just past that 88 machine of Lancaster, working his way back to the field. It's that 84 Farmer, that 7, that is Doug Newbigging. They are battling too wide, and that 80 going to give a little bit of a push to that Toyota teammate, and he's going to clear that 84 of the 7 into turn number 1. Is now the 80 of Ryan Campbell going to come back at that 7 of Newbigging. Slowly but surely, though, that 44 of Zach Nichols extending that lead to now about 5/10 out of Gabriel Ellison. So Nichols really starting to show that dominant pace he had in a stage 1. It seems like it's come back. It's alive. He was passing cars left and right all the way through stage 2. Got himself set up good for a stage 3 restart to go up here and battle. And after that caution flag, re-racked him back up. And he did an excellent job restarting third. And really picking his way back up here to the lead. So good job by Nichols, man. Right now, he's got to be at least the hard charger of the race. From my standpoint, driver of the day if you're talking F1. He's done an excellent job to get his way back to the field and fight through all the circumstances the driver usually doesn't want to fight through to get himself back in the lead here.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Facebook and the YouTube chat. I see on the YouTube chat, DJ Sid Welch Music said, I wish the race started earlier. I can't stay up this late. I wish it started a little earlier too, but hey, here we are at 10:17 on the East Coast. So, hey, we're having fun here on a Wednesday night though. But gonna go to that Facebook chat as well. I do see Kathy Williford saying, "Go Matt Baker." So thank you for coming out with us on Facebook. Kathy, I see Chris LaBourgeois. Good luck, guys. Good to have you here, Chris. Lucky Duck Motorsport saying, love to see the 77 Ellison in that Natalie's Orchard Island Juice Company scheme in the 04 of Lee, starting in the front row of the final stage. Good stage points for the team so far. Good to have you here tonight. And then Akamai Proctor, loving the show from the boys up in the Cup Series. Go get them drivers. Yes, sir, Akamai. We definitely have a lot of good drivers up here in the Cup Series, so it's always a lot of fun to watch these guys race it out here.
Chris, isn't it insane, though, how this week it seems like the Truck Series really set the pace for how the race was going to be this week? And the Xfinity Series came in last night, and they really, raised the ball for that. And it seems like the Cup guys, they came in and said, all right, now we're really about to get to racing. These boys are doing a very, very excellent job right now, man. I got to say, this is an awesome show. at any point, this could be anybody's race, man. You got to realize your top 5 separated by no more than a second and 3/10. I mean, this is digging right now, and these guys are going. Scott Fritz, Matt Kemp, 2 of the guys that have made their way back through the field here. Scott Fritz up 16 spots, but look at that drive in from that 54 machine to the inside lane of the 80. As Kemp now going to roll it around, make up another spot. Matt Kemp back in the points. He's currently in the top 10. See that 55 of CJ Mason. Matt Grinder getting a little bit racy. That 9, that Allen's Body Shop old school diecast of Justin Winters. Currently sitting 23rd. Looks like Justin, just not his night here at Homestead. It seems like that for some of these drivers, man. You got one track, it seems like these guys are just on fire, on fire, on fire. And then you go to a track like Homestead, and it can really play your hand that you just get stuck with it's like kind of playing blackjack or, poker. You get stuck with a hand that you really don't want to play, and you just kind of have to play it. That's really how it is at a track like Homestead, man. Either you're good at it or you are awful. And it seems like some of these guys have had their bluffs called, as it looks like that 8 of Alex Huffman working his way back to the field on those fresh tires, as he is going to get his lap back.
Yeah, you can definitely see the top 5 there have no less than about 0.2 of a second between each other. So a lot of these drivers up here in the front not wanting to let the other driver go that's in front of them. So still got a lot of good racing going on up here in the front. Zach Nichols, he took over about lap 84 and said, "Hey guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and take over this." Hasn't looked back since. The 77 of Gabriel Ellison doing a good job hanging on to that second spot. You see the 04 Matthew Lee doing a good job hanging on to that 3rd spot. He's going to probably be battling out that 77 before too long. Looks like he's getting tired of waiting back there. He has been patient in that 3rd spot pretty much every stage. That 04 has been kind of sitting in that 3rd spot, just waiting for his time. But look at that. Mikey Neal Jr. moving to the inside, it looks like.
Dylan Butler going to be pitting this lap, Chris. 84 as well. That's David Farmer. And I just heard Brandon Zimmerman as well. So, man, starting to line them up, Chris. We're going to have a good little pit stop cycle here.
Scott Fritz down. Scott Fritz down. The 96 of Dylan Butler. Ryan Campbell. 3 of Mo Abbott. Jonathan Schwartz also down. Adam Lancaster as well. And like you said, Brandon Zimmerman and that 20 machine down pit lane. So the pit bug here at lap 104.
Zach Nichols coming down this time, man. And I love it. I love the immersion of some of these drivers. You hear everybody just keying up over their headset. Down this time, down this time. Matthew Lee keys up. You hear the full surround sound. Just engine going in the background of his mic as he's calling in. I love it, man. I love it. All those boys in the lead going to come down this time. And that's going to promote Mikey Neal, Matt Kemp, and Frankie Barroso into your top 3. Mikey Neal for getting his number. Calling out the wrong number and then saying, oh, never mind. Wrong number. So Matt Kemp going to also come down pit road this time as well. So it looks like just a couple of drivers left to pit in this cycle, and we will have your full field back out and rolling. It looks like Zach Nichols might get his way out of pit road first, and he will. Gabriel Ellison right behind him, but Gabriel can still make up a lot of time right here on pit exit.
Pretty much right now it's set up just like it was whenever they came into pit lane. So Zach Nichols, Gabriel Ellison, and Matthew Lee just 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, but Alex Huffman, he's kind of worked a little bit of a strategy. Pit about
big undercut.
Yeah, pit about 8 or
12,
9 laps.
13 laps.
Yeah, he pit a little earlier. Actually 12 laps before. So Alex Huffman going to promote himself out to the lead. He's going to have about a 7-second gap on that 6 machine, or excuse me, that 44 machine. But you're going to see a big catch up here. Those tires are a little older from that 8, so you should see a big catch up here from that 44.
Jonathan Schwartz, fastest lap of the session, 32.64. Currently sitting 11th is that 95 machine after this pit stop cycle. So we're starting to see some guys get on the loud pedal as we have under 30 laps to go for this race.
Yeah, you're starting to see the gap between Zach Nichols and Alex Huffman starting to close now. It was about 7 seconds, about 2 seconds ago. Now it's down to about a 5-second gap. So yeah, that 44 machine on those newer tires gonna have a lot better run going into 1 and 2. So he's gonna be able to catch that 8 machine. But Alex Huffman, we know he's a driver that knows what he's doing. You know, like we said, he's the Bluegrass champion of last season. So he's one of those drivers that he knows what he's doing, but might have jumped the gun just a little early on that pit strategy. We'll have to see here in a couple of laps.
He's definitely waiting for a caution. That's what he wants, man. He wants a caution. He needs a caution. I mean, he wants everybody to get re-racked back up. Everybody's got an extra set left. Then you come down and get him. He gets even back out with the field. He's out in the lead. Alex Huffman, he's on a good strategy currently at the moment, but as that gap shrinks lap by about a second, he's going to get caught here within the next 4 to 5, and then it's going to be strategy out the window for Huffy if he doesn't get a caution.
Yeah, right now you see the 44 holding off that 77 of Gabriel Ellison, doing a really good job hanging on to that second spot. But that 77, you know, like we were saying, this right now, this is the 04. Matthew Lee, he's riding in the same spot he's pretty much been riding in this whole race. So, you know, the 04, he's definitely got
up to 7th. Sorry, Chris, did not mean to cut you off.
No, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But no, the Matthew Lee in that 04, he's got a good spot behind the 77. Whoa, as you see the 25, Mikey Dale Jr. making a move on the inside of the 21 there. 21 is a lap car, so he's
baby,
not fighting for position, but still fighting for that position.
Got loose, saved it, and still thank the driver on the outside for giving him the position. That's a wheelman right there.
To the 7 of Doug Newbigging, Alex Huffman down pit lane now.
Yep. Looks like he might know something we don't, Chris. These drivers might have to pit one more time.
Yeah, they might have to pit one more time. That might open up the door for that 8 Alex Huffman. We do know he does play iRacing a lot, so he might have a strategy worked up that we don't know about. So that 8 machine looking into the pits right now. So Zach Nichols got that 77 all over his back bumper. But like I was saying, that 04 has been watching how the 77 and this 44 have been driving. So he might have been working up a strategy while he's behind them. He might just be like, you know what, I'll give them about 10, 15 laps, and then I know what they're going to start doing. He's might say make a move.
All I got to say is that 77 machine has all the knowledge in the world. He's been behind that 44 pretty much this whole race, if not the 54. He knows where these Mustangs are strong. He knows how to get it done. If anybody is going to go out there and flat out pass Zach Nichols, it's going to be Gabriel Ellison. He knows how these guys are driving right now. He's peeked his nose a couple times. He's had runs that, you know, it seems like he could have taken before. That's 77, biding his time lap after lap, and this is what drivers need to learn, patience. Talk to that 77 machine about it right now. He's got all of it in the world. That 77's on a Sunday drive, cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, like you were saying, he's just biding that time, waiting for a mistake from that 44. But the 04 looks like he's going to have a pass. It looks like Mikey Neal Jr. on the inside of the 04 might not take it. Looks like he might go right here. The 04 looks like he's going to go on the outside of the 77.
This is going to be trouble for the 77 in a second if he keeps getting squeezed. But he's going to get out of it, man. If you're that 77, you're just thinking, please don't suck the air off of any part of my race car while I'm a part of this. As the 04, big a drive-in from Lee.
Yeah, you see Matthew Lee and the 25 looking like they were going to put a squeeze on that Natalie Orange Juice car there, Josh.
Ah. Nope. And all this battling they're doing is slowly allowing that 54 machine of Kemp to just catch back up, Chris.
Yeah, Matthew Kemp and that 54 machine towing around that that 8 machine of Alex Huffman. Now if they have to come down pit lane, the 8 machine will go around and assume the lead. But if he also has a caution, you'll see him take that lucky dog and get around and start in the back of the field. Then he'll have to fight his way back up here, and we've seen how hard it is to fight back through the field. But like you were saying, Matt Kemp doing a good job hanging on to that 6th spot. He's still got everybody up in front of him, but these guys up here in the front, they are definitely starting to battle it out.
Yeah, they're starting to get pushy. They haven't got to that full execute level where they're full commit to the run, as it looks like the 25 of Mikey Nils saying, I'm full commit, man. I want this pass. He knows he needs that pass on Matthew Lee, who's done a consistent job of holding that 3rd place pretty much all night. As you see that 04 going to get back clear of him, drive it off into the corner, and that 25 definitely going to be eating up that equipment if he keeps trying to dig past these drivers here. But that 77 now, looks like he might have gotten a little bit out of sorts in front of that 04 because Matthew Lee just got a monster run up to the back bumper of that 77.
It looks like the 77 might have gotten a little loose there coming out of turns 4. Whoa, it looks like a big drive-in back there behind. Oh, okay, that was the 8 of Alex Huffman on those fresher tires. I just saw somebody have a really big drive-in behind them, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? And then I just realized that 8 taking it high. He's going to push the 25 to the outside. It's going to allow the 04 to dive down to the inside. 25 going to slow up Huffy. So let's see what line that 8's going to take. Looks like everybody's going to get it settled out. That 8 machine going to take that high lane. He's got the better tires, so he'll be able to stay in the throttle just a little bit better than everybody. So 16 laps to go. Looking at when the pit window is going to come down to.
Yeah, if they do have to pit again, that is, if they do have to pit again, they should theoretically be able to make it. I don't want to, commit to saying that. We'll see though. Haven't heard any really else on the driver radio besides Alex Huffman that last time he pitted, but we'll see, man. You just really hard to tell.
We have seen drivers, making it to stage breaks, that are only 35 lap difference between each other, running out of fuel. So it could be it could have to pit one more time, Josh.
Could have to. 8's loose. And this is allowing 55 of CJ Mason pitting. And he pitted at 101, Chris.
If there's anything that we know about CJ Mason, he won a race at Richmond off of pit strategy alone. So that 55 machine, he does know how to manage pit strategy. So CJ Mason coming down pit lane, he might be thinking something like we were talking about with that 8 machine, might be seeing something that we're not. To that 8 of Alex Huffman getting around the 44 of Zach Nichols. Zach Nichols going to tuck back in, get into that draft. 13 laps to go. The race is about to start.
Oh, yes, sir. It's getting to crunch time, man. This is where everything you have learned about the driver in front of you, as you see Matt Kemp finally caught back up to the pack, Chris. Getting a big push from that 21 down the back straightaway for a moment. But, ooh, big drive in from Kemp.
Whoa.
We know he knows how to work this outside lane. We'll see if he goes anywhere with it. He's going to get a little bit of a crossover working here on the 7. He is going to be to that inside of Doug Newbigging there down the front straightaway. He's going to try to work himself up into that 5th spot. And at the moment, Kemp is in 5th as he's trying to roll past that 7 of Doug Newbigging.
Yeah, you might see a little bit of a tire save going on from the guys up in front of him. That 54 might be pushing a little too hard. So we'll see if here in the next couple of laps, if they do decide to come down pit lane, if the drivers aren't going to make it on fuel, then you could see that 54 might start falling back a lot if he starts burning those tires up. But if we're, if these guys in front of him are trying to do a save line and he's saved his tires a lot, you could see that 54 up to the lead real quick.
Yeah, but to touch back on my point, what I was saying before we got onto that Matt Kemp subject, it's this is crunch time, man. Everything you know about the driver in front of you, you go and you take it out. You try to get that pass stuck as the 54 all the way to the wall, man. Matt Kemp, that guy is passing you on the low lane. He's passing you on the high lane. There is no stopping that 54 right now, Chris. Like I said, those 2 Ford Mustangs have something figured out about Homestead-Miami, and they look dangerously fast right now.
Yeah, Matt Kemp and that and that 04 machine or 54 machine, excuse me, doing a good job moving his way up through the field. You might see him move up to that top lane again. He found something up there because he got around that 25 of Mikey Neal really quick.
10 laps to go, Chris. 9 to go this time by. What do they have left for us in the tank? Will it be Zach Nichols? Will it be Gabriel Ellison, Matthew Lee, Matt Kemp, Mikey Neal Jr., or the rest of the Bluegrass field? We have a race on our hand now, boys. 9 laps to go, and here comes Gabriel Ellison. He's got the 04 of Matthew Lee behind him. And if you're Ellison right now, you're just thinking, please, Lee, do not try to take it to the inside. You do not want Matthew Lee trying to battle you right here. You want him trying to help you guys get back up there and race for this victory. It looks like that 44 coming up on lapped traffic just at the right time.
Yeah, you're going to see the 06 there move up to that top lane. Going to get out of the way of the leader. Going to see the 44 catching back up here to that 8 of Alex Huffman. Huffy got a little bit of a run away from him, but it looks like it's starting to stall off here now as he's starting to catch lap traffic as well. But Matt Kemp, his run's kind of stalled out as well. He's still trying to catch the 04 of Lee, but looks like actually he's running that quarter panel down right now.
Yeah, and I feel like if Lee or Kemp was able to get a podium out of this race, that would feel like a win for that team, man. He's done an excellent job, led all of stage 2, basically won stage 2, did an excellent job, to work his way back to the field right now, and currently Kemp, one of those drivers that's done basically what the 44 of Zach Nichols has done. The guy out in the lead that's riding with him in the team. These guys as a team have single-handedly drove their way back to the field both and shown that they both know how to get it done at Homestead. And Chris, you said that 44 is already past the 8.
Yeah, you're seeing Alex Huffman fall off really bad, so maybe that pit strategy from Huffy come back to biting him in the butt because he's now falling a lap down again. But behind them, you see a little bit of wiggling going on. Got the 20 there of Brandon Zimmerman riding that top lane. It's going to open up the door there for that 54 to start catching this 04, maybe start making a move because the 77.
5 laps to go.
Yeah, the 77 of Gabriel Ellison doing a good job pulling that gap away. He's got the 8 of Alex Huffman in front of him right now, so he's got a little bit of a pull. He can catch up with his 44, but the 44 Zach Nichols doing a good job holding on to this lead, pulling away from the pack.
Yeah, Nichols is doing it where it matters, right when it needed to be, where he needed to be driving aggressively, making the fastest and the quickest way around the track. Nichols has found it, man. Almost a second out now on Ellison. 4 laps to go, and it's Zach Nichols out in the lead doing a fine job out there in that 44 Ford Mustang.
Yeah, with 4 laps to go, the 44 pulling around. Turns 4, coming down the front straightaway. Gabriel Ellison trying to hold on to that second position, trying to get around the 8 machine here right now. Probably having to check up a little bit, that 8 machine. Run that top lane. Huffy just going to try to get out of the way here, but right behind them, Matt Kemp and Matthew Lee, they're bumper to bumper. You're going to probably see that 54 make a move on that 04 here, coming 3 laps to go.
You mean 2 laps to go?
Yeah, excuse me, 2 laps to go.
Yeah, that 54 has got Mikey Neal Jr. now to his outside. And you see that 77 maybe going to finally get past Alex Huffman. Is that Matt Kemp machine? 2 to go this time. And it's still Zach Ellison out in the lead. 2nd and 2/10 now. That hit of Alex Huffman really probably going to put the nail in that coffin for the 77 of Ellison's night. But Kemp still looking for any type of terrain behind that that 04, that 3rd position of Matthew Lee. Coming to the white flag this time by.
You're going to see Huffy dive down to the bottom lane. He says, you know what, guys, I'm just going to check out, get out of the way. You see that 25 of Mikey Neal Jr. all over the back bumper of that 54 Matt Kemp. White flag this time by.
Zach Ellison going to see the white flag as he's going to dive it off into turn number 1 for the last time tonight. This race is official. Next flag will end it as the 44 are going to dive it off, get into turns number 2, rolling up on some lap traffic. But I think it's nothing but a Sunday drive, 1.5 seconds out. As you see Matt Kemp to the outside lane, trying to give anything and everything he can down the back straightaway for one last shot at that Lee machine. We'll see him get into turn number 3, but it looks like Matthew Lee just might have the run. Mikey Neal Jr., big run to the inside. But here comes Zach Nichols out of turn number 4. That 44 Ford Mustang is going to win here at Homestead-Miami. Gabriel Ellison going to pick up second. Matthew Lee third. Matt Kemp fourth with Mikey Neal Jr. rounding out your top 5. We'll get to the rest of your results here in just a moment. Let these drivers get back to the finish line. But it's going to be Zach Nichols, man. Going to be that 44 of Zach Nichols driving his way back to the field. And he is going to pick up the victory here tonight. Man, a hard-fought win for that Nichols machine. And that was a really good burnout from that 44 machine of Nichols, man. Showing you boys how to get it done out there after your victories in the fixed races. You know, that's how you really burn it down. Show out that you know how to burn it down. Zach Nichols, well-deserved win here tonight from that 44 machine. Polish victory lap, baby. Oh, drift lap. That's what I like to see. That's a celebration right there, Chris.
Yes, sir. That's what I like to see from that 44. You get a Polish victory drift lap.
Bluegrass Formula Drift League, question mark? Because he has just run all of them, man. Nichols might have some of the best drifts of the session. But hey, we're going to go ahead and get through your unofficial results here as Nichols just having an absolute blast. Man, he deserves it. As Zach Nichols going to pick up the win here tonight. Gabriel Ellison going to pick up second. It's going to be Matthew Lee in third place with Matt Kemp in fourth. Mikey Neal Jr. going to be fifth with Doug Dumigging in sixth. Jaden Katashi going to be 7th with Scott Fritz 8th. Ryan Campbell 9th with John Schwartz in 10th. Ed Shearer in 11th with Frankie Barroso 12th. Dylan Butler 13th with Aaron Smith in 14th. 15th going to go to Brandon Holder with Mo Abbott 16th. Matt Grenadier 17th with Adam Lancaster 18th. Wyatt Brackett 19th with Brad Neer 20. 21st going to go to Justin Winters with Huffy picking up 22nd. Brandon Zimmerman going to finish 23rd with David Sheets 24th. David Farmer 25th. CJ Mason 26th. Dylan Hastings going to finish 27th with Morgan Bard, 28th. Brian Terry 29th. John Kinner 30th. Dylan Sluter 31st. Matthew Baker 32nd. Christopher Hoakley 33rd. Ryan Smith 34th. And Nicholas Noggle rounding out your field here tonight in that 35th position. Well, Chris, it looks like we have all of our top 3 finishers ready to go here. We're going to go ahead and bring in that P1 finisher, Zach Nichols. Have a word with your hard charger here tonight and see what that 44 is going to say after that victory. Zach Nichols, Chris, and Josh up here in the Bluegrass booth. You got a copy, man?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, man. That was one hell of a race from that 44 machine. And you said it right at the end of the stage 1. You said, hey, I got to go back out here. I got to drive back to the field. And, man, if you did not do that to the T, you absolutely dominated this race tonight. And from stage 1, you showed you had the car that was really, really dominant. You got that speeding penalty, and you drove it back through the field. Got yourself the win here tonight at Homestead. First off, Zach, how you feeling after just a dominating win right there? And how does it feel picking up the win at Homestead after driving through the field like that in dominating fashion?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. Honestly didn't think we were gonna be able to go through the field like we did after that speeding penalty. I don't know where I came from. I started way back in the pack I think I ended it off that stage in 7th. So that was kind of nice. I didn't think we were going to be able to do it because the arrow push was pretty bad if you're right behind somebody. But yeah, we were able to somehow get back through the field, and after stage 2, we just tried to get out front as fast as we could and stay ahead of that dirty air so we could save that right front tire.
Yeah, it looked like once you got up there on that first caution after the restart we had there, and then you got racked back up in third place. You had a really great restart, and I said it's going to be a battle here between Ellison and Nichols really soon. And you went out there, you did it, you passed him, and man, I just got to say, it was an awesome race up here from our perspective. That was probably one of the most fun races I've had the joy of watching here in the past couple months. It was just awesome to see you not only start the race so dominant, but come back at the end, charging through the field, having to pass cars. I mean, like you said, that's probably one of the toughest things at a track like Homestead, man, is just cutting through the field. And you did it with absolute class, absolute perfection, and you kept the dang nose clean on a Ford Mustang, man. Good job, Zach. Man, what one hell of a race from you.
Yeah, thank you. I got to say thanks to Matt Kemp because he was telling us how much we had left on fuel and how much we could make it on fuel with how many laps. And I don't think I would have been able to make it on fuel if he didn't tell us. So I gotta say thanks to him, most definitely.
Heck yeah, man! It's always good to have that extra bit of information in the driver here, right? So, hey Zach, man, awesome race here tonight, man. It was really a way to kick or finish, excuse me, this week here at Homestead. We saw an excellent truck race, excellent Xfinity race, man, and tonight you guys took it just 10 levels higher here with the Cup race. That was just excellent execution. One caution, granted, it was a little measly caution, but other than that, man, you guys kept it clean. Overall, you kept it mean. It was a fun race up here from our point of view, and man, if you've got any words, thoughts, shout outs, or anything before we let you go here tonight, we'll let you go ahead and do them, and we'll get you going.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting the race, the league admins for putting the show on and stuff, and also my teammates, Matt Kemp, Jaden Kutasi, and Morgan Baird. About it.
Heck yeah, Zach. Well, man, we're excited to have you on board here, man. It's been a pleasure to pick your brain, have a word with you here tonight after a dominating show. And hey, one hell of a burnout, man. That's how you put it down right there. So, but
Yeah,
other than
thank
that,
you.
Zach, we'll be letting you go here tonight. Again, congratulations, man. Have a good rest of your week, and hopefully we'll be seeing you soon.
Yeah, you too.
We're going to bring in Gabriel Ellison, have a word with that 77 machine, see what he's got to say about his victory here, or not victory, second place here tonight, excuse me. Gabriel Ellison, Chris and Josh up at the Bluegrass booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, buddy. Well, second place here. You did a mighty fine job following in traffic. We heard how bad the arrow push was here, but it just seemed like if you didn't have one Mustang up there, you had dang two of them, man. Those boys were really running stage 1 and 2 early, but you had your shot there at stage 3. You came off, at that restart on the outside lane, then grabbed another restart after that caution. What really was it out there tonight that you think those Mustangs may have had on you? And we saw a good race from Nichols and Kemp both, but also from yourself, like we said, in following the traffic, not easy to do here at Homestead. So what maybe you think they had the advantage on you guys coming into tonight that really wasn't able to let you go up there and maybe pass with the lead early?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Zach Nichols, he's extremely fast, so that doesn't help. But yeah, I was really having a hard time figuring out how to set up a pass there. Me and Matt Lee, we're teammates. We're trying to figure out, what we could do, but the only thing we could figure out was if you could drive it in deep in 1 and 2 on the top and hang on their quarter panel, then you could go for something. But um, every time I tried to do it, I'd just get super tight and couldn't turn, and he just cleared me out of 2. So, and every time you do that, you're killing your out front. So eventually, you kind of got to cut your losses and hope for a mistake. Because I mean, really, once you got within about a tenth of the car in front of you, going into the corner, it was just super tight, like you said. So, um, he played it perfect up there. Just every time, a couple times I did get a run to try to go for a move, he just drove in a little deeper. But he did a real good job of saving tires, and there at the end, he just drove away. So I mean, I really credit the track position I had there to fuel because I think Matt Kemp ran out of fuel at the end of the second stage, and that cost him a lot of track position. So that's unfortunate for him. He was in a really good run. He still recovered really well. But yeah, overall, a lot of fuel saving, a lot of tire saving, just not quite enough to get the win.
Well, man, Gabriel, it's one thing not to hang your head at all, man. You did one heck of a job out there, really well in the car, and a lot of predicaments that a lot of guys, they couldn't hang on out there in that situation. And you showed the will, you showed the excuse me, the driver ability, the wheelmanship, all that. You really had some good racecraft out there tonight. And hey, don't hang your head, Gabriel. I feel like you got one coming for you soon here in the Cub Series with as well as you performed tonight. And we're looking forward to seeing you next week, Gabriel. But hey, man, if you've got any final thoughts, words, shout outs, anything before we let you get going here tonight, we'll let you go ahead and throw them out there, and we'll wrap it up with you and let you get the rest of your Wednesday night going here.
Yeah, a huge shout out to Natalie's Orchid Island Juice Company on the car. Appreciate them. Huge thanks to the Lucky Ducks team there, Matt Lee and Douglas and Aaron. We worked together pretty well there, so I really think that was beneficial getting a team going. And huge thanks to John Pill for setting all that up, and thanks to you guys for putting on this race and this broadcast.
Yeah, man. We're very appreciative of having you up here. Like we were saying to all the drivers, it's always a pleasure to have you guys up here and pick your brain for a moment. So Gabriel, good run here tonight, man. We're looking forward to you going into next week, and hopefully we'll have a word with that 77 up here in the booth here again next week.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate you, man. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, and that was the 77 of Ellison. Now going to go ahead and bring up your third place finisher, Matthew Lee. Have a word with him. Matthew Lee, Chris and Josh up at the Bluegrass booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, doing good, man. Well, that 04 machine, got to say, for the third car in that line of dominant race cars right there at the end of the race, looked very strong, and it seemed like there for a moment you were going to start to have a pass for position maybe on the teammate of there, Gabriel. It seemed like the lap traffic maybe got him a little bit checked up from the leader and towards the end. But either way, great job from your perspective in that third place run. We say so much tonight about the push and how much the cars moved around in the air, the aero push, and just all that fancy jazz of the race cars. But just take it from your perspective. You were the third car, fourth car in line pretty much all night here tonight. So how hard was it from you to really keep that front end really gripped up, keep that rear end on the ground as well, and get that race car rolling? I know in that dirty air here at a track, definitely like Homestead, it can be tricky, and you did a very good job at managing it so well.
Yeah, it was definitely hard behind Gabe there. I was really trying to help work with him a lot of the night to keep us 2-3 to maybe get a chance to get by Nichols there at some point. And being the third car in line, it was really tricky just picking my spots where I could go into the corner and to keep air on the nose for sure, because if I was tucked directly up behind him, it really pushed and made for a really rough corner, and definitely would lose some ground to him, and the guys behind me would gain some ground. So, but at the same time, is picking my spots and keeping the air off the guy behind me at the same time. So it was pretty tricky being that third guy in line.
Oh yeah, man. It's always the toughest part on the racetrack, man. When you're that guy stuck in the middle of everything, you were fast. The guys in front of you are fast, and that's what sometimes gets you a little bit out of shape. Sometimes, like, man, I got to keep this pace. 134 laps, man. And when there's almost no cautions, one caution the whole night, I mean, it's got to be pretty nerve wracking there in that third, fourth, however many positions you are in that line. But Matt, you did a great job here tonight, man. Nobody can hang their head at a third place, especially against drivers like Zach Nichols, and all the other guys that we had out here. I mean, it's a very talented, stacked field this season, it seems like, in the Cup. I mean, speaking of watching last season, and this isn't taking anything away from our drivers last season, a lot of talent in our field last season, but I mean, it just seems like we took the bar and we raised it tenfold with you guys, and we've got a lot of great talent out here, and it's looking like it's going to be a great season, and we're very excited to see what the 04 camp's got for us, Matt. But hey, man, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout-outs, anything before we let you get going here tonight, you're more than welcome to go ahead and throw them out there, Matt, and we'll get you rolling here and let you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night after this third place finish at Homestead, buddy.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I really got to thank Matt Kemp and Mickey Neal behind me, just keeping it as clean as possible there. Understand what was going on, and Gabe for the just good work together all night. All the guys at Martin Sports, anyone looking for some sim racing gloves, jerseys, anything like that, check them out at martinsports906.com. All the guys at Shenandoah Shine, Marconi Setup Shop, and all the guys at Lunatic Racing. You guys for putting on the broadcast for us, and the guys in the league. Man, this is a ton of fun. It's going to be a tough season for sure.
Sorry, it is. Well, we appreciate the kind words, Matt. We appreciate you taking the time out of your night to come have a word with us after a grueling race here at Homestead. And hey, man, after packing up third place, we're excited to see what you've got ready for us next week. And good luck in the rest of your week, man. And we'll be seeing you next Wednesday.
Appreciate it. Have a good night, guys.
You too, man. All right, and that was your third place finisher, Matthew Lee. Well, hey, I got to say, man, just straight off the bat, what a race. That was probably one of the most exciting races I've got to watch at Homestead in a while. One of those tracks that, sometimes can produce, not necessarily stale racing, but can produce, just that one car just dominating all racing. Yes, we saw that, but we saw a lot of cars really there and ready for that position at any time. You just had that one car tonight that was very strong, and it wasn't a 6, 7, 8 second gap. It was a tenth, 4 tenths, 5 tenths. At max sometimes really didn't see the gap get out to about a second or more until that last handful of laps where Huffman got in between the lead right there. And then, a little bit of lap car traffic, that's what happens here. And, you bide your time right. You pick your poison and you stick with it. And, Zach Nichols just had the perfect plan tonight. And it was a beautiful, beautiful race from all of our competitors. And I got to say, the Bluegrass guys, man, did an excellent job, not only in the truck race to keep it caution-free, not only in Xfinity race to keep it caution-free, but in the Cup race to only have one caution here tonight. We had one caution in 3 nights of racing. That is awesome, man. Every race we have done tonight has finished before 11 o'clock. Can you believe that? That is hard to believe. That is how dedicated, how skilled, and how talented every single driver is behind the wheel. You might think they're just hopping on, picking up their, steering wheel and sitting down with all their Dorito crumbs on their fingers. That's not how it goes here. These are serious, serious drivers. Some of these boys, serious athletes, serious race car drivers. They take it to the absolute limit. But I got to say a big, big thank you to Jason Collins. A big shout out to the Bluegrass guys. And a big, big shout out LNS Customs, ButtKicker, Kinder Performance Group, and Rims One. Chris, if you've got any final words before we let these fans go here tonight, you can go ahead and throw it out there, man.
Yeah, just and what I say every night, just a really big shout out to Jason Collins for putting this league on. I know right now he's sick. He's dealing with a little bit of cold issues, and he's not feeling too good. So I know he's over there mustering through trying to get all of this taken care of. So just want to say thank you to him. Everybody out there on the Facebook and the YouTube, you know who you are. We really appreciate you guys and girls, and everybody coming out to hang out with us on a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. We might have a couple of stream problems every now and then, but hey, you guys still come out, check us out every week. We really do appreciate it. Just want to give a big shout out to, again, all the Bluegrass guys, putting on one hell of a race this week. The truck guys doing a good job, the Xfinity doing an awesome job last night, and then the Cup guys tonight, just, another great race. So, just big shout out to everybody. Just want to say that we really appreciate, being allowed to do this.
All right. So join us next Monday for the trucks at Richmond, 110 laps. And then Xfinity Tuesday, 150. And then the Cup a week from now, also at Richmond, 200 laps. So make sure to be here next week for the truck, Xfinity, and Cup dates Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 9 p.m., 8:55. The stream goes live again each one of those nights. So please be sure to be here. You do not want to miss this Richmond race. It is going to be awesome. I can just already feel it. It is going to be awesome. And so, yeah, if you're on that YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you know when Bluegrass goes live. Facebook, hit that like button, share us out to your friends, your groups, whatever you got going on. Let them know about the awesome, awesome racing that's going on over here and the boys got going at Bluegrass. Like Chris said, thank you to all the fans, the mothers, the fathers, the brothers, the sisters, cousins, whatever you are. And you're out here with the, supporting your driver. We appreciate you. But this is going to be all from Chris, Josh Kiwis up here in the booth. And I got to say a big thank you and a sign off from Bluegrass as we will catch you next Monday for the trucks at Richmond.